and hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about an important but often overlooked issue in the workplace, which is noise pollution and how it leads to one of the most common employment diseases, which is occupational noise-related hearing disorders or ONRHD. Noise pollution in the workplace refers to unwanted or harmful levels of sound that are typically above 85 decibels, which is usually produced by technologies and various industrial activity that's stated by WHO. Constant or long-term exposure to loud noise can lead to occupational noise-related hearing disorders, which include conditions that may seriously harm a person's hearing abilities and overall well-being. ONRHD is officially classified as an employment disease, meaning it is a health problem that is directly caused by specific condition or exposure in the work environment. According to the International Labour Organization, an employment disease develops gradually over time as a result of repeated or long exposure to hazardous elements in the workplace such as excessive noise. So let's now take a look at some statistics. The highest reported case is ONRHD with 6,754 cases, indicating a serious and widespread problem among Malaysian workers who are exposed to loud workplace noise. Unfortunately, many workers and even employers underestimate the risk of noise exposure, as hearing damage is often slow and unnoticed, making it easy to ignore until it is too late. ONRHD affects more than just hearing, as it can also reduce workers' ability to communicate clearly, follow instructions, and respond to hazards, which increase the risk of workplace accidents and injuries. ONRHD cases are still rising due to low awareness, poor use of ear protection, and weak enforcement of noise regulation at work sites. So, how can we prevent this? Next, I will pass to the next presenter to explain more about this.
I want to bring your attention to a critical and often overlooked health hazard in our workplace: noise pollution. Recent reports from Malaysia paint a concerning picture. The Department of Occupational Safety and Health, or DOSH, has revealed that occupational noise-induced hearing disorders have unfortunately overtaken all other hazards to become Malaysia's leading occupational disease. This is a significant shift indicating a growing problem that requires immediate attention. To put this into perspective, in just the first 6 months on 2023, from January to June, DOSH recorded a staggering 5,101 cases of hearing problems directly caused by occupational noise. This isn't just a number, it represents thousands of individuals facing preventable and permanent hearing damage. The majority of these cases are concentrated with the manufacturing sector, specifically in areas like metalworks, plastic production, food and beverage packaging, and palm oil processing. Workers in these environments are often exposed to noise levels exceeding 82 and more critically 85 decibels for 8 hours straight, a threshold that gradually but inevitably leads to overhearing loss over time.
I'll be highlighting 3 key symptoms caused by occupational noise exposure. First, we have noise-induced hearing loss, or NIHL. This is a permanent type of damage that happens when someone is repeatedly exposed to loud sounds above 85 decibels. It affects the inner ear and is very common in noisy workplaces like factories or construction sites. Next is tinnitus. This is when a person hears a ringing, buzzing, or hissing sounds in their ears, even when there's no external noise. It can be temporary or chronic and often comes from being around loud machinery without proper ear protection. Lastly, otalgia, which means ear pain, can happen when the ear structures are irritated by intense noise. This is usually sudden and sharp and is a sign that the ear is under stress from high sound pressure.
Next, we proceed to the causes of noise pollution. For the first one is loud machinery and equipment in industrial and manufacturing environment machine such as grinder, generator, compressor, stamping pressure, and drilling tools are common sources of loud noises. This machine often operates at sound level above 85 decibel, which can cause hearing damage with prolonged exposure. Employees working near this machine, especially without proper hearing protection, are at high risk of developing noise-induced hearing loss. The noise is usually constant and unavoidable during production hours and thus making it as a serious occupational hazard in the manufacturing industry. Next, we proceed to the construction activities. As is well known, construction activities are often exposed to high noise level and it caused by activities like concrete mixing, drilling, hammering, welding, and operation of heavy vehicle and equipment such as bulldozer and cranes. This type of work creates sudden and intense noise and often reaching levels above 100 decibel. Workers such as machine operators, builders, and site supervisors are often exposed to this noise pollution. Without proper noise control or hearing protection, it automatically can lead to permanent hearing damage and thus can reduce communication ability among the workers too. There are two legal protection for employees in Malaysia. For the first one is Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 has required the employees to provide a safe workplace including a protection from excessive noise. Next is the Factories and Machinery (Noise Exposure Regulation 1989) has set a limit of noise exposure to all employees in the Malaysian industry. It also aims to protect workers from the noise-induced hearing loss too.
Our first recommendation is to conduct regular noise level monitoring toward the machines. It is mandated by regulations like Malaysia's OSH Noise Exposure Regulations 2019 to identify hazardous area and machine sources. The CDC and NIOSH further support this by indicating that noise required a raised voice 3 feet away likely exceeded 85 decibels. It recommends the use of sound level meters for precise measurements. Next, we must implement job rotation to reduce exposure time for our employees. Job rotation serves as a key administrative control to reduce the duration of employee exposure to noise. By strategically rotating workers between loud and quieter tasks, we can prevent cumulative hearing damage and lower individual daily noise doses. Finally, it is imperative that the company provides hearing protection equipment or devices toward the employees. Providing hearing protection equipment such as earplugs and earmuffs is a requirement under Malaysian regulation and international standards. Employers failing to supply this gear for noise levels above 85 decibels could face penalties.
By recognizing the risk, enforcing regulations, and taking preventive action, we can protect workers from permanent hearing loss and create safer, healthier work environments.